Hey there everybody, welcome to this video. So happy that you could take some time out of your day to join me for another update. This one is going to be my sewing project plans for the year 2017. I originally intended to have this up in the first week of January for 2017, but I recently, in the last couple of days, stumbled upon this hashtag over on Instagram, which is hashtag 2017make9. It is initiated by Rochelle of luckylucille.com. I've been following her blog for a number of years now, here and there, and she has such a sweet style to what she's making. And she did this thing for 2016, which is really just getting the sewing community together and encouraging and supporting everyone to make at least 9 projects for the year. So she's continuing on with this idea for 2017, and I thought, kind of looking forward to 2017, I would have this up this week, last week of 2016, so I can get a head start perhaps on some of those projects I have planned. In addition, of course, I was already planning my own projects for the year, and I had 6 challenge projects in the works. So 6 projects that will push me a little further in my sewing skills, and just trying out some new things. So I've got 6 here, and I've picked out 3 extra ones to add to it, which will make my 9 projects for 2017 or upcoming year. So how I've done this is I've got this template here, and I'll put the link to the template down below. I made this myself. You can grab a copy for yourself if you like how this is looking. And what I've done is I've split my months into kind of one project every 2 months, because they will be challenge projects, so things that aren't necessarily an easy sew for me for one reason or the other, which I will explain. So that gives me enough time to, buy the right fabrics, practice, tweak, the pattern, whatever I have to do. So 6 challenge projects plus 3 easier projects for a total of 9. So I call this my sewing at a glance. I just wrote whatever I'm going to make on a little sticky note and stuck it on here for now. Eventually I'll probably draw a flat drawing of the project and then put the name in the corner here, but you can do whatever you like with your template, of course. So going into January and February of 2017, my plans is to make an Anderson blouse from Sew Over It. It is such a classic vintage inspired piece, and I love the look of it on Lisa from Sew Over It, the creator of the brand. However, looking at it again, I realized that it's not going to be a style that's fit for everyone. You really need to have good shoulders in order to carry off something like the Anderson, because it has quite a lot of kind of fall and drape. It's a very fluid type of a silhouette, so if you have slopey shoulders to begin with, it may not be the most flattering of fits on you, I would say. However, I already bought the pattern. I'm gonna give it a go. I mean, if worse comes to worse, I'll put in shoulder pads. I don't know, we'll see. But excited about that one. I need to buy the fabric. I think I'm going to go for a rayon, because the original polyester I had bought this year in 2016, I think it's not quite soft enough. It still floats too much, and I think it needs a little bit more weight. So I'm going to go back to the store and look for a rayon for the Anderson blouse. And of course, this is going to be a challenge project for me because of the cuffs. I have never made anything with cuffs before, never mind cuffs with buttons. So we'll definitely have to see how that one goes. Follow me over on social to get the updates on that come January and February. Moving on into our spring season here on the West Coast, March and April, I have decided to make some slips and petticoats. Not necessarily lingerie, because that's a whole nother kind of worms, and that's a lot of fine detailing that I'm not ready to get into yet. But I think I'm going to have my hand at maybe some satin and silk fabrics to try and make some underdresses and slips in preparation for the spring and summer dresses that I will be making, because I find a lot of them just look better and wear better with a slip underneath, so you're not getting a lot of static, your dresses are not sticking to your legs as you're walking, you know what I mean, and it just provides a little extra comfort as well, and makes your outfits a little bit more versatile if you can just wear a slip underneath. So essentially a slip is just a very simple cut, slim cut dress, usually like one with a simple spaghetti strap, so it doesn't show underneath, or it doesn't show underneath your other dresses that you put over top. So going to have a go at some of that, and perhaps I will even have a go at making a petticoat, because in May and June I'm planning on making the Betty from Sew Over It. I bought the entire pack along with the neckline variations, which is the new add-on, and I think Betty will look really great with a underskirt or some kind of a petticoat to really fluff up the bottom of it, as it is that 50s bigger skirt style. So March is prep, and then May and June I'm going to get a go on the Betty, which is again from Sew Over It. I think it's quite a pretty type of dress. It's got a beautiful feminine silhouette. I'm not sure how that's gonna go. It seems like Betty needs a lot of fabric on one, so we'll see. And I again haven't decided what fabric I'm going to use, so that will come along as we get closer to Betty season. Moving into July and August, I have decided to make one designer piece every year. So hopefully this will be a yearly thing. So I am going to make a Bob Mackie dress full of ruffles for 2017 as part of my Make 9. And this is going to be a challenge because number one, I'm pretty sure the design is not made for someone who's 5'2", so I will have to do some shuffling with the height of the pattern, and then I don't know if I need to move darts or anything like that. But it's a gorgeous, very strappy, very flirty, very summery type of dress. It's got ruffles all around the bust. It's got ruffles down the side into the skirt. It's just a whole lot of ruffles, and I think it will be so beautiful once it's made up and you can swirl and twirl in it. It's going to be a challenge to get so much fabric in one dress for sure. I think it actually asks for 4 or 5 meters of fabric for the Bob Mackie dress. In case you are not familiar with Bob Mackie, you know, this is absolutely his style. He is I would say a fashion slash costume designer. He created a lot of stage costumes for performers like Tina Turner, you know, Beyonce, Cher, people like that, very glamorous. And this is of course a toned down version of a Bob Mackie, but it is still a Bob Mackie. Okay, September and October, I have got this vintage cape pattern that's been in my stash for ages. I keep talking about it, but I just have not gone around to it, and I am hoping 2017 will be the year that I will be able to bust this out and make a real deal vintage cape pattern. So I realize that the light is probably giving a bit of glare. Let me take this out of the packaging. Whoop. There you go, much better. So this is quite a simple cape, 3 buttons in the front. It's got a collar, it's got epaulets on the shoulders, and it's got little side openings that you can put your arms through. I believe this is probably retro. In theory, it's retro. I think it's like 80 years or more. It's vintage, and if it's less than that, it's retro. Let me know if you know. But love the look of this, and I'm hoping to make it out of maybe a wool fabric or just something more substantial to ward off the fall chill. It does get quite rainy around here, and while it's not necessarily cold, you need something just to drape over your shoulders, and I think a cape will be perfect. And moving into November and December, my plan is to make a lisette for Butterick B6423. Now this was released this year in 2016, and I bought it this year, but I'm not gonna have enough time to get it going, so I'm gonna push it to next year. I love that it's quite a loose, comfortable coat, but it has so much design detail. Like there's a swoop pocket, there's underarm piecing, there's like a big shawl collar. I love the shawl collar. I have a Old Navy coat with the shawl collar that I absolutely love, and it's going to be a challenge because of the lining. I've never sewn any coats with the lining. I've never sewn a coat to begin with, but I think we can do it. It's not like a form-fitting coat, so I think fit will be fine. I probably have to shorten the sleeves, but otherwise looks like a slightly challenging but hopefully still straightforward type of a garment. So that is my 6 challenge projects for this year, and the 3 extra I'm going to throw in to make it 9 will be number 1, the True Bias Ogden cami, which is a simple cut, very kind of, there's beauty in the simplicity, shall I say, of that camisole, and I'm hoping to make it in a few different colors or even patterns, so it will be a great layering piece to my wardrobe. And of course, I think the petite aspect of that will be easy to fix. I can probably just lift the straps and have less strap, and therefore everything will just lift up and fit my torso, and that should be a really easy make. Additionally, I'm going to be making a pencil skirt from this new book I got as a gift during the holidays. Thank you very much, you know who you are. This is Boundless Style from the creator of Victory Patterns, and she is a Canadian, and she put out this book which I will show you in detail in my next vlog, but I'm going to be making the Sophia pencil skirt. Looks like so. And I think this will be a great, easy, quick make. I looked through the instructions. It is very, very, very simple. I've got some stretch denim, which I will again show you in the next video, that I think will be perfect for this. It's got enough heft to it, yet it's a little bit stretchy. So it should be a very quick make from this book. That will be my 8th item, and my 9th item is going to be an off-the-shoulder, very summery McCall's 7543, which is part of their early spring release that's already out. You can buy that now. Mine is coming to me in the mail, but I'll insert a picture of it right here. I've got my eye on the off-the-shoulder elasticated kind of dress, I guess. It's got side seam pocket, it's got a little tie at the elbow. I think it'll be nice, neat, and quick and sweet to make. It'll be a very casual dress for the warmer season. You can pair with your boat shoes, with your espadrilles, with your whatever that you got. So I'm excited for that one. I already know the fabric. I'm going to be using a black and white small gingham for it. It will be super cute. So that wraps up my 9 items for 2017 Make 9. I hope that you would join me in this kind of crafting journey for the new year. And of course, if you've got questions and comments on any of the items that I just mentioned for my Make 9, leave me a comment down below. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And of course, if you got a great suggestion for something that I should try out, maybe in addition to the 9 things I'm going to make, as I'm sure I'll be making other things as well, leave me a comment or hit me up over on social media. All my details are down below in the information bar. So until next time, good luck to your crafting world, and I hope to see a lot of your progress over on Instagram and social media as well. I'll see you next week. Take great care of yourselves. Have a great rest couple of days for 2016. I will see you again in January. Bye for now.